Hey guys, Aaron Jana here for Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. Quite a few things to get through today. Football League World reporting that Doncaster Rovers are among a number of clubs interested in Swindon Town's Jack Payne. We do have the press conference reaction after the defeat via Fleetwood at the Keepmoat Stadium yesterday. We've got reaction from Andy Butler and also Branden Horton coming out and speaking out about the recent form of results and his development this season. So we're going to speak about all of that in this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into today's daily report. So we get started straight away with the press conference reaction via Andy Butler after the defeat against Fleetwood yesterday on match day. Of course, there were some big things going down across the Football League in general. Swindon and Bristol Rovers have been relegated to League 2. Hull have been promoted to the Championship. Peterborough could join them if they beat us on Tuesday. You see where that's going. Sunderland and Lincoln have pretty much guaranteed their playoff places already. 5th and 6th is still up for grabs. Of course, in League 2, we are expecting both Cheltenham and Cambridge to join League 1 next season. Bolton look like they're going to be the third team to join them. They've all confirmed at least a playoff place. Morecambe, I'm sure, will not be too far behind. Obviously, you know, going down from the Championship, Wycombe are all but relegated. Sheffield Wednesday looks likely to join them, and if Rotherham can get some wins together in these last few games and Derby keep losing, it looks like it's going to be Derby County joining us. If not, it will be a Yorkshire derby against Rotherham. We've got 2 Yorkshire derbies next season against Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham United potentially, so very exciting there. But staying in League 1 is where we will be, and do you know what the most embarrassing thing is? And I didn't mention this in the review. We could finish as low as Burton. Now, the reason why this is embarrassing is because at Christmas, we were nearly a point clear at the top of the league, and Burton were bottom of the table. Now we could finish below Burton Albion if we don't pick up any wins anymore. Absolute disgrace. Andy Butler came out with his comments in the press conference after the match, and this is his statement via the Free Press. It's frustrating and disappointing again. It seems like we're saying this every single week. We are saying it every single week, pretty much. The only exclusion is the Sheffield Wednesday match. The Shrewsbury. Sorry, I said Sheffield Wednesday. The Shrewsbury match when we won 2-0, and that was 3 points that we vitally needed. You know, and he's right. We're saying the same thing every single week now, and we're saying it for the last 8 weeks. He went on to say, one mistake led to the goal, and then you're fighting an uphill battle. We kept the ball well in the first half, but we never really threatened. It's probably the best we've been on the ball for a while. I'd agree with that. We started off, you know, the first few minutes on the ball quite well, better than we have been in weeks, but just nothing there. He went on to say that once Fleetwood got their goal, they professionally saw it out. We lost too many individual battles on the day. They overran us. Everyone has had the game time. Everyone has had a lot of games in a short space of time. But teams look fitter than we are. It's so frustrating whether you're on the pitch or on the sidelines. We give them all the information they need, but it's about applying it on the pitch. At this moment in time, we're not applying it. We're not doing the basic stuff right, and we're losing too many battles. We don't look physically strong. The stats from this run are damning. It's not for the want of trying on the pitch. You don't see replication of what they produce in training. So you notice in that statement, there's nowhere in that statement that mentions that we're still in a race if we can pick up points for the rest of the season. I think this squad is. I think the squad wrote off this season months ago. I think as soon as Darren Moore left the door, I knew deep down the players were going to write off this season and think we're not going to change anything. So, you know, the throwing Andy Butler under a bus here, you know, apart from a couple of selections which I think he should have done better, not really. You can't really blame Butler, really. You have to blame the players, and the board have admitted they've made mistakes this season. They've admitted they've over-relied on loans, and you know they didn't have much time to bring in a Darren Moore replacement, so they went for continuity for the rest of the season. They admitted they over-relied on loans. So, you know, the board have admitted their mistakes. The manager, he's a broken man. Butler is. I looked at the video footage of the press conference on his YouTube channel. He looks a broken man, and we need to find a way to fix this next season. We need to just write this season off, get as many points we can possibly get. But at the minute, we look like we're going to get no points. And it's just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. And, you know, I'm sure I'm going to hopefully try and work with a lot of Football League journalists and, you know, football journalists in general, and try and get them involved in the transfer talk, and try and get them involved in who they think should be good signings for Rovers, and who they think they should keep, etc. But, I mean, this summer's going to be incredibly crucial for this club. New manager, new talent identification manager, new staff, new players, you know, all tied together, and we have to sort of start to gel together. It's going to be a completely new rebuild of this squad. I'm pretty sure we're going to let go of a hell of a lot of players, and I know deep down we're going to have to let go of most of the players out of contract, and we're going to have to just rebuild this squad once again. Coppinger's retiring, so we need to find some long-term players as well as your current sort of prime-aged players. So we need a good mixture here. It's going to be interesting, guys. It really is going to be weird, but you know, we have to rebuild this squad and just look back on this season as a write-off. And you know, I'm going to do my season review just a couple of days after. Well, actually, no, I'm going to do the season review after we announce the new manager for next season and beyond. So you know, you'll see that season review, but you know what I'm going to say. It's a complete write-off. So let's go into another bit of something from Andy Butler, and this is on why Balcom was not involved. It's apparently due to the number of other loanees in the squad. Of course, the 5 loanee maximum. Balcom was not involved. That's why Ben Bottomley was our substitute goalkeeper. And Butler's statement was, "We just changed it up." So you know, that sort of explains that. We know Halliday's not 100% yet. We know that Bogle's not back. Yeah, I think he's back for Peterborough on Tuesday, thank God. So you know, he'll be back. We know Taylor's out for the rest of the season. Sims is back in. We know that John Jules is back now. So, you know, more players are going to start coming back in that. But it's just not been great, has it? Let's have a look at Horton's statement, because he came out and said something to the press after the defeat. He said, "I know the results haven't been the best since I've come in, but I think I've learnt a lot from this period." First of all, that first statement there, "I know the results haven't been the best since I've come in, but I think I've learned a lot from this period." I'm not saying he is. It sounds like he blames himself, and no way is that the case. Why is Horton, a young, up-and-coming prospect, homegrown talent, why is he apologising for those performances when he's not the one at fault? You know what? Screw it. I'm not even going to shy away and protect people anymore. I'm going to name people that I know have been constantly underperforming for the last few weeks now. Richards, Samoes, you know, at times there's been Reece James performances, Bostock at times. You know, Cameron John probably admits that he hasn't put in the best performances in recent weeks and months. Balcom's not put in great performances. Lakilo's not put in the best performances. There's so many people in this squad that should be named and shamed because they haven't been performing. They're letting other people that have been performing better than them, like Greaves, like Horton, like Coppinger, John Jules since he's come back in. You know, people like Horton are having to apologise for other people that aren't speaking up and apologising. Look what happened when we went 4-1 down to Wigan. Players put the goal we scored on their Instagram accounts. What kind of mentality is that? What kind of mentality is that? And we know we completely condemn that. We don't respect that. That's just showing, oh, but we scored a goal. Let's put that up on our social media accounts, make us look good. No. Sorry, but that's not the mentality of a Doncaster Rovers side. That's the mentality of some big side with a billionaire owner and, you know, I'll take it easy because I'll get 100 grand a week at the end of each week. Don't matter if I play rubbish or not. Sorry, but you can't accept that. You can't. Horton went on to say, "I want to keep playing games and nail down a spot in the team. There's a lot of competition, but you have to have the desire to be the best." He's got a proper mentality, Horton. He wants to be the best, and he wants to keep desiring to be the best. So these are the kind of people we need in this squad. He said, "I played the game at Bristol Rovers at right back, which was tough, but it's all part of learning as a young player. The dressing room is down as it has been after some of the results recently. We've been trying everything, but it's just not happening. We can't afford to be a team that just lets the season drift away. We've got to keep going and try to pick up some wins before the end of the season. So that is Horton's statement on the matter. But again, it feels like he's speaking on behalf of players that should be speaking out and apologising for their performances. We've got this modern day football mentality now of we should be apologising for our performances, good or bad. I don't know, man. We need a complete rebuild in the summer. Players that don't want to be here, just go. Players that want to be here, stay and try and sign them on new deals. Players that want to come into the club, sign them up. Do everything you can to get the best quality players to get to the Championship. We can't be stable. We can't just be stable and sustainable in League One anymore. We can't just be this mid-table team that we're happy with 10th place or whatever, or we'll collapse halfway through the season and just be happy we're in the in the top 12. We're in 13th, by the way. We're not even in the top half of the table anymore. We're bottom half of the table. We're just inside the bottom 12. It's embarrassing. We're going to go into our last story now, though, and this is a news report from Football League World, who reported that Portsmouth, MK Dons, Barnsley, and Doncaster Rovers are reportedly interested in the 26-year-old Jack Payne from Swindon Town. Now, of course, he's an attacking midfielder, prime player. Now, according to the article from Football League World, it was a few days ago, the article, but it said if Swindon suffer relegation, there is a release clause in Jack Payne's contract at the county ground that would allow him to leave for free. So, because Swindon were relegated, Jack Payne can move for free. Portsmouth, Doncaster, MK Dons are on alert to that situation reportedly and could well make a move. However, national reports previously stated that Barnsley were also interested in a deal for the former Huddersfield, Blackburn and Lincoln player. So, of course, we're not a fan of speculation on this channel, but, if there is transfer news from media sites, even though we're not going to confirm it yet, we have to, look at these reports, and these verified reports and say, well, is it a good player if he does come? Jack Payne, I think he's been probably one of the star players for Swindon in a terrible season. They had Richie Wellens, who reportedly is in the bookies to be our manager next season. He's part of the bookies. And when he left for Salford for some unknown reason, it didn't look good for Swindon. And obviously John Sheridan came in. It didn't really work out. He was sacked. He spoke out and said he offered his resignation. He got sacked on that day, and then it just went downhill from there. And then yesterday, when they suffered that massive 5-0 defeat to MK Dons, who were 3 points off the playoffs now, that was the final nail in the coffin, if you will. Northampton are safe for now, but of course, another win for Wigan will relegate them, or another drop of points will relegate Northampton. But from Jack Payne's point of view, now that they're officially confirmed to be relegated, he will now move for free. That's in his relegation release clause, apparently. Now, should we move for Jack Payne? Should we get Jack Payne? In my personal opinion, that would be a great signing. I'm not going to lie to you, it would be a great signing because it would keep him in League One. It won't get him down to League Two. And look at the other clubs chasing him: Portsmouth, MK Dons, Barnsley. Barnsley have confirmed their playoff place today with Reading drawing with Swansea. So Barnsley are in the playoffs to get into the Premier League. Portsmouth, they're in a playoff race to get into the Championship right now. MK Dons are 3 points off those playoffs. 3 top sides in their respective divisions. If we want to be where Portsmouth are, or MK Dons are next season, then we need to get players that are going to take us up. And having that kind of quality from a club lower down for a significant bargain price, like a Jack Payne for free on a relegation release clause contract, that would be a great signing for me. I mean, I was looking at the Swindon squad, and I think that another player I'd like to see at the squad is Scott Twine. There has been reports that he's been linked with Championship clubs, but I think if we could prize Scott Twine away from Swindon, I think that would be a wonderful signing as well, in my opinion. So I'd like both Jack Payne and Scott Twine to come to the club, if it was possible. But we'll see with that one. We'll see. I think Scott Twine may go to the Championship. Jack Payne may go to one of the other clubs, or if Barnes is interested and they go up via the playoffs to the Premier League, defying all the odds, then we might as well say goodbye to Jack Payne right now, because I think he's going to go to Premier League with Barnsley. But it should be interesting to see who else we're going to be linked with in the summer. If so many people are going to walk at the end of their contract, we need like 10 to 12 signings, and I'm not talking 5 loanees and the rest of them permanent. I'm talking like 9, 10 permanent deals and 2 loanees maximum. That's what I'd be looking at as a fan. But we'll see what happens with that. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching this episode of the DRFC Daily Reports. Big stories today. Jack Payne, will he come to the club? Will he not go to the club? Personally, I'd like him to come. I'd like him to bring Scott Twine with him as well. Obviously, Horton speaking out. It's not his fault. He's not one of the players at fault for that. He's a young player. He's not at fault for the performances. He's been trying his heart out. Along with AJ Greaves, along with Lewis Jones, along with James Coppinger, of course. Only a select few of players have been trying their heart out consistently, week in and week out. If I could give credit to any of the loanees this season during this collapse of form, it would probably be Matt Smith. I think Matt Smith's been the better of all of the loanees we've got. He's been the most consistent out of the loanees we've got, apart from obviously John Jules coming back in. So he'd be one of the only ones I'd praise at the minute consistently. But Horton can't be faulted. He's tried his best in left back and right back, and he's going to be crucial for us next season. He's one of the youngsters I want signed on a brand new deal in this summer, because we need to keep him. Same with Greaves. And if we can get Jones on an extended deal, same with him. Butler's press conference, he just sounds like I say, he just sounds like a broken man. We just need some new lifeblood in the squad. 100% we need new lifeblood. But there we go, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And for now, guys, stay tuned for the Monday preview for Peterborough United, our first game against Peterborough. They beat us, they go up, and we are still capitulating. And for now, guys, that is full time. Rovers till I die. Comment down below if you want Jack Payne or Scott Twine. Comment down below, because I'd be very interested to hear your opinions. Rovers till I die.